Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your January 2021 Money, Wealth, Finance, Prosperity, Abundance reading. For the readings this month, I will be using my Morgan Greer Tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and then Scorpio. I will close out your reading with a Threads of Fate Oracle card. Now, if this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome. And I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. Okay, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and dive right into your reading. Okay, so what do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2021? Interesting, Scorpio. Looks like you are overcoming a lot as we move into this new year. Things are happening for you in a very, I want to say, the word peculiar comes to mind. And it looks like this first week of January in the new year is basically a cleanup. You know, it's like things kind of were very disjointed. Things were kind of scattered. Things were kind of all over the place. But when we move to January, or we move into January, things are definitely going to start shifting around in a way where things just kind of really, like I said, I really can't describe it in any other word other than cleanup. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. We have the Chariot, Star, Hangman, Ten of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Fool, all in reverse. Now, I know a lot of people freak out when they see reverse cards, but you really shouldn't. There's many cards when they show up in the reverse, it's a very positive meaning. And when you read cards intuitively, when cards show up in reverse, it means it's something that you need to pay attention to, obviously. So we've got the Chariot here in reverse. Again, this is where I talked about that scattered energy. It's like things going in two different directions at full speed, and sometimes you don't have control of either one. Like I said, as we move into January, this is going to be a time of where things just kind of get cleaned up because they were so messy, they were so all over the place in December, that now is the time where things just really need to be streamlined. Things need to be organized, and things need to be simplified. We have the Star card here in the reverse. Now, this is always a positive card. Doesn't matter if she shows up upright or reverse. The thing is sometimes we have to be careful. The Star in the reverse talks more about health. I tend to see her when she shows up in the reverse that there's something in our health that we need to pay attention to. Now, this doesn't mean, oh my gosh, something horrid's happening. But no, are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating the right things? Are you, paying attention to your teeth? Are you paying attention to your skin? There's these little things that we tend to ignore if they're not causing us discomfort right away. But that's something we need to pay attention to, and that's something I'm getting that I need to communicate with you, Scorpio. Now, we have the Hangman. So let's get into the energy of money here. Because as we move through the cards, I can see that number one, you are stuck, because this is Hangman in reverse talks about now things are not stagnant. Things were stuck for you financially, but things are starting to move, which is exciting. Also, you could be kind of releasing some emotional stuff that could have been holding up your money. Now, I know a lot of people don't make the connection between emotions and money, but let me tell you, it's huge. And this is telling me that you're finally starting to kind of unlock this. You're starting to really energetically clean up, like we said, and things are starting to flow again. Now, is everything where it's supposed to be? Not yet. but it's getting there. It truly is moving in that direction. We also have the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands is the marriage card. Now, if it shows up in the reverse, sometimes this could be, you know, maybe things just aren't necessarily happening, you know, in that department like we want them to. But I'm not getting that sense with this. I'm getting the sense that, again, things are just kind of, I don't know if rocky would be the word, but it's like things are just kind of uneven. Things are just not settled. And so you're trying to kind of figure out, okay, what's going to be my next move? Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm still not quite clear. And, you know, it's perfectly fine for you not to have all the answers just yet, Scorpio. Finally, we have the Fool here, which means that you are not being a fool. This card talks about, too, really having a clear head and going into a situation fully aware of what you're getting into. It's not about being naive or kind of being, you know, immature about things. You really have a solid grasp of where you're at, especially financially. And you know what you need to do, and you're moving in the direction to where you know that this is the plan, and this is what's going to give you the results that you want. So again, this is another good card to see in the reverse. I don't want anybody to freak out, because I promise you there's more information here sometimes than what we're comfortable with. But at the same time, it's something that we need to know. You know, it's better to have a broader picture of what's going on than just to kind of cherry pick what you think is good and what you think is important. So let's continue on. I don't know if this was, it kind of came out this way, right? So I'll leave it there. What else do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio? As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2021. All right, so as we move throughout the month, Scorpio, I have to say that there is something here that's coming through. I'm getting the words passion project with this Ace of Cups. However, there's some kind of a delay with this, okay? The Ace of Cups talks about new beginnings, new relationships, you know, overflow of the things we love, passion and all that stuff, which is definitely going to be showing up for you. But here it tells me that it's not ready yet. Now, the good thing about this is that there is a new opportunity brewing. The only thing is that you have to be careful with the timing. Now we have the Three of Wands. Future plans are definitely happening. They may have to be put on hold temporarily just because of the nature of what's going on. We're moving into the second week of January, and when it comes to your money, you may have to delay some future planning, okay? Because you're still not totally clear of how things are going to kind of shape up for you as it relates to your money. So don't be surprised if you have to put some future financial planning on hold. Next, we have the Magician. This means that you're not using all the tools that are available to you right now. The Magician is also the alchemist. He's the creator. He's the master mad scientist, so to speak. He makes things happen. He is very resourceful. When it shows up in the reverse, that means you're not tapping into everything that is available to you. Now, sometimes things aren't, you know, we're not aware of things right away, but you really need to start observing what's going on around you, because whatever your financial goals are, you have the capacity to achieve it if you use everything that's available to you. Now, it doesn't matter where you are. All you need to know is what's the next step. And the Magician tells us that we have everything we need to succeed right now. Now, does that mean we have, you know, millions of dollars, or do we have this successful business? Well, we may not have it today, but that doesn't mean we can't have it tomorrow or next week or next month, whatever. So pay attention to what's accessible to you, because in that you will find the answers to achieve the goals that you're looking for. Now, we have two very positive, excuse me, positive, powerful cards here. The Lovers. This is a beautiful card. I really like that card. And then we have the World card. And then we have, this is the Five of Cups in reverse. Another good card. All right, so we've got the Lovers. This is divine union. This is coming together in a very passionate, loving, emotionally charged way. Now, this could mean a personal relationship, but because we're talking about money, this is the coming together of something resourceful that is going to take you where you want to go. We also have the World here. The World means a total achievement. It means, ending the cycle and readying to level up to that next phase of your success. So the Lovers card is about a passion project. Sometimes it talks about really coming together and working with a company you love, or working with a person that you just have always wanted to work with. Other times it talks about you securing a job, getting paid, doing something you love to do, or working with for that dream boss, whatever it is. This is definitely good, and this is definitely exciting. And again, once we move into that second week of January, we've got the World card. Now, the World card talks about things coming together full circle. The other thing I like about the World card is that it really kind of teaches us that really the world is our oyster. We can do whatever we want. We can have whatever we want. Now, it may not be instantaneous, but it doesn't mean that it can't be done in some way, shape, or form. So you just want to remember that, okay, as we move through the month and you see things happening, just remember, nothing will ever be withheld from you unless something in you has resistance to it. Finally, we have the Five of Cups here in the reverse. This is letting go of regrets, letting go of past mistakes, and not allowing yourself to get caught up, in something that you may have done and maybe it wasn't the right thing. This is also about forgiving yourself. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We all get embarrassed, sometimes from our mistakes. But just know you're not alone. This is about self-love and self-forgiveness. All right, Scorpio, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2021. All right. Okay. All right, so as we move through the second half of January, Scorpio, you're going to be pretty much on point, okay? And people are paying attention to you. Someone at work, someone that you do business with, is watching you, and this isn't a negative thing. This is somebody is paying attention to you because they want to connect. They want to be in your circle, so to speak. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this King of Wands. But let's start with the High Priestess in the upright position. This is all about your intuitive abilities. This is about your inner guidance. This is about spirituality. This is also about feminine energy too. Doesn't matter if you're male, female. It's about the feminine energy, really that subtle power and that subtle confidence that she has. So you're going to definitely be in that energy as we move into the second half of January. This is definitely going to lead you in the right direction to make more money, maybe do something different that will lead you closer to the goals that you're trying to achieve for yourself. Next, we have the Three of Cups. This means somebody's leaving the party. You may be working with someone and then somebody decides to leave. That's what I'm getting with this card here. It's like maybe you work with, a group of people. Someone is going to quit, or someone's going to decide this isn't right for them. It has nothing to do with you. It's their time. Their time to move up and move on. But I do get this. I get the sense that someone is leaving the group. Whether that be professional, whether that be somebody that you're, maybe trying to do a business with, somebody is going to walk away. Again, that's not negative. It's more like I think it's for the benefit of everyone involved is what I'm getting. Next, we have the Two of Wands. This is another card that talks about future planning being placed on hold. I get the sense here that, yeah, your future plans definitely are going to be changing because of what's going on right now. As it relates to your money, there's going to be some opportunities that you're going to want to be involved with, and so that will affect your future plans. You know, you may not want to take a summer vacation because maybe the new business that you're going to be in, maybe summer is their busy season, and so you're going to want to definitely, you know, work so you can make that money, and at the same time you'll just kind of postpone some plans. Maybe you'll postpone a vacation, or maybe you'll postpone a big purchase because you're going to be busy. So just know that that's probably going to show up roughly in that second half of January. Next, we have the King of Wands. I talked about this, that someone is eyeing you out. Someone's paying attention to what you're doing. They want to work with you. They want to connect. They want to network. This is good. If you're an employee, it means somebody, one of your higher ups is paying attention to you, whether that be your boss, a coworker, maybe one of the higher level managers. Somebody's watching you, and it's for a good reason. Next, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is group collaborations. The other thing about the Ten of Pentacles is it's also about, how do I say? It's like when people come together for a greater cause. You know how when people, everybody puts their money in and they do like a pool, and then to play the lottery. It's like that type of thing where it's not bad if one person does it, but it's really, really good if 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 people do it. That's what I'm getting with this. So if some of you are in like, and this sounds really, really odd, but that's what's coming through intuitively. If some of you are doing like a Super Bowl pool. Now, this is real popular in the United States, but people do Super Bowl, things where you buy the square. If you have an opportunity to do that in January, do that, because it's going to be something fun, and it's going to pay off for you. If it doesn't pay off for you in a win, it's going to pay off for you in other ways. Maybe you meet someone new, or you have fun, with your coworkers or something, and you guys kind of, maybe you connect and make new friends. But I'm getting the sense that is something positive for you to do at this time. Finally, we have the Strength card, another positive card. This card talks about you just having the tenacity and having the strength and the determination to follow through on whatever it is that you want to do. You definitely have a source on your side when it comes to being persistent and being consistent, okay? You have that quiet strength that will definitely carry you forward and take you up to that next level. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's going on in the last week of January. This has been an interesting month, Scorpio, at least from what I can see, but it's definitely going to be a good month. All right, so what do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2021? All right. As we close out the month of January, Scorpio, we've got the Seven of Cups here. Now, this is having too many choices, so much so that sometimes it's overwhelming or it's a little uncomfortable. I want you to know, Scorpio, that as we close out January, it looks like you're going to have a lot of choices, a lot of directions you can go, especially when it comes to work, business, finances, investments, all that stuff, okay? You're going to probably be overwhelmed. Let's say you get a big chunk of money and now you don't know, should I invest in real estate? Should I invest in stocks? Should I invest in precious metals? It's one of those things where you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many things I can do. I don't know how to choose, okay? Just know that there's no rush. You can take your time. And if you don't feel 100% about something, don't do it. It fell on to the High Priestess card. So remember, she's all about trusting that inner gut and that inner wisdom. Next, we have the Queen of Cups. This means that you have to pay attention to your emotions. Do not wear your emotions on your sleeve, okay? I understand we all have emotional ups and downs, but we have to be careful that we don't allow our emotions to get too out of control. And we don't have to be overly sensitive either. Now, I know sometimes that's hard for some of us, and I'm not trying to dismiss the severity of that for anybody. But at the same time, keep your emotions very guarded at this time, because sometimes you get people around and they can be very manipulating. Next, we have the Temperance card. This is a beautiful card. It talks about things finally start to come together for you in a very harmonious way. The other thing about Temperance is she talks about you just kind of getting support in unexpected ways. Now, this could be from a person. It could also be from a situation. It could be from, anything really. Nature, God, spirit, whatever. But Temperance really is about balance and things just coming together, like I said, in a very harmonious, sophisticated, and smooth way, okay? So while things may feel a little shaky and a little rocky in the first half of the month, I can tell you that once we close out January, you're going to feel a lot more centered. You're going to feel a lot more grounded. And you're going to see that things are shifting in a way that could not have been orchestrated by you. So you really have to understand that there is a higher power that is helping to maneuver things on your behalf in a very positive way. And I can say that because we got the Six of Wands here. But let's look at the Eight of Wands in the reverse again. This talks about things happening very slowly. In this case, I find that it's a blessing. Sometimes when things don't happen quickly, it really truly is a huge blessing, because it gives you time to really rethink things, to really study, to really make sure that this is what you want and where you want to go. So time is definitely on your side, especially as we close out January. Finally, we have the Six of Wands. This is you being seen. This is you being recognized. This is you kind of being, given accolades for what you've done. People notice you. People see you. They want to work with you. They want to reach out to you. They want to connect with you. People want to be seen with you. It's almost like you're a little mini celebrity in your own circle or in your own life. The other thing about the Six of Wands is that it means you definitely get the credit. You get the glory. You get the attention. Okay, this is very good, especially if you're like in sales or something like that. The other thing about this is that even if you're not comfortable being the center of attention, if you're trying to get to that next level, that whatever your goal is, you're going to have to be comfortable with being seen. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're you have a big ego or anything like that. It just means that you're being recognized for the good, for the contributions that you have made, either to your company, to your business, to your community, whatever the case may be. Okay, so get comfortable with that, with being seen, because I know not everybody is that way, but Scorpios, you usually are very very, very comfortable in the spotlight, at least all the Scorpios I know. So Scorpio, like I said, first half of the month may be a little up and down, but as we move into the second half of January, things definitely work in your favor in more ways than one. Okay, so I am going to pull a Threads of Fate Oracle card. This is the Outlaw. Now, I'm going to pull another one, because even though this one fell, this was the card that was in the last reading. So I'm going to do two for you, Scorpio, just because I feel like that's what I should do. Okay. So you got the Outlaw, and then you have Sacred Destruction. Ooh, interesting. Now, the Outlaw talks about going against the grain. Sometimes doing what you got to do in order to get what you want, and whoever's in your way, God help them, right? So there's nothing wrong with the Outlaw as long as your intention is not to hurt anybody or to cause anything harm. So sometimes we all have to do that, right? Sometimes we all have to go against the rules in order to do what we need to do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Next, we have Sacred Destruction. Now, this is interesting too because this kind of mirrors the first half of the month where sometimes things just kind of have to be rearranged, torn down, rebuilt, reapplied, reshuffled, regenerated. Sometimes things have to kind of happen that way. But it's all for a sacred reason. It's all for a sacred purpose. And I truly feel like that's what January is going to be for you, Scorpio. It's like, things may look weird, but when all is said and done, it just takes you that much higher. So I hope you can trust that. All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. And I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.